There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more. Never have our community heroes been more worthy of recognition than today, and Wendy's is here to show thanks for all they do with a free breakfast for a year giveaway. Starting Monday, November 15th through December 9th, we want you to nominate the individuals you feel have gone above and beyond. Just go to yourtotalmedia.com/community heroes and give us a line or two about why someone you know deserves free Wendy's breakfast for a year as part of Wendy's Thank You Thursdays campaign throughout this holiday season. That's right, our community heroes have the opportunity to win free breakfast for a year from Wendy's, which includes a delicious breakfast combo. We'll select a community hero every week on Thursday, and you'll hear their inspiring stories on the air. You can nominate anyone who's made an impact in our community. Wendy's wants to reward our dedicated and hardworking individuals because these heroes have kept our communities together and running. Make your nomination today at yourtotalmedia.com/community heroes, and Wendy's will be providing free breakfast for a year to those deserving individuals.
Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And of course, it's Friday, so we're doing something a little different today. We brought in our good friend Pete Wilson to do the morning news update. And of course, that's brought to you by Nia Henry, agent for Appalachia Realty. So thank you to Nia. And if you need any real estate advice, give her a call, 740-418-4135, and she'll work hard for you. And Pete's always working hard.
All right. Well, there is kind of a lot going on. You know, you kind of wanted to maybe cruise into Christmas and the weekend.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It's not.
Not so
it's
much.
Not happening. The world's crazy.
It is. But happy Friday.
Right. We're here and we're smiling, and we'll tell you what we know.
That's right.
All right. And what we don't know, I can't tell you. but there are some things we know. All right. I guess at the top of the stack, as we speak right now, there is a threat that was supposedly made against the Oak Hill Union Local Schools this morning. That has resulted in Oak Hill Local Schools, I'm sure Superintendent Dr. Marcy Shepard making the decision at the top of the administrative heap to send all the kids home. This apparently came in, as kids were arriving to school this morning.
Oh, man.
And everybody, some were sent home immediately. They're all going to be home if they're not in that process already. Some that were in the schools were placed on lockdown until, rides can be secured and whatever. But I'm going to read what was posted on the Oak Hill Schools Facebook page, and this is what we know at this point.
Okay.
And it says, due to a threat to our schools, we are closing schools for the rest of the day. Now, this is this morning. Elementary students, many of whom are currently on buses, will be returned home. Middle and high school students will remain on lockdown until buses return from elementary routes to run the middle high school routes. Parents may pick up students or call the school to release their student drivers as well. And Marcy, Dr. Shepard says, I needed to push this information quickly. More details will follow. Now, shortly after that, she posted that the threat was apparently a national TikTok challenge to threaten the schools today. So This could be happening a lot of places.
It's a thing.
She says, though, we take every threat seriously and we will fully investigate. So if you recall, I think we talked about it here on TV. I know we had an article in the paper. Maybe a month, 6 weeks ago, Superintendent Phil Howard at a school board meeting addressed TikTok challenges.
Yes.
1 month was that the TikTok challenge was to do damage in school restrooms, and there was some damage done in schools all around the area, including in the Jackson City schools. That prompted him to put out a cautionary statement, a warning statement to potential TikTok followers not to do future threats.
There was also the one where you were supposed to slap a teacher
you were supposed
or
to
something.
Slap a teacher or tackle a boyfriend's or girlfriend's boyfriend or in the hall and that sort of thing. I mean, it was violence. There was violence. And apparently the current challenge that was going to be executed today, which, in many places, this is the last day before,
Sure.
the Christmas holiday vacation, was to make a threat against the schools.
How scary for those kids, though.
Just for fun, I guess,
Yeah.
is what it is. And I'm not exactly sure the nature of what was said at Oak Hill High School, but they regarded it as a threat, has treated it as a threat. And this is the last day before the holidays, and there will be no school today in the Oak Hill Union Local Schools.
Well, what do parents do if they return their kids to the house and you've gone to work? This is a horrific situation for parents, and
it's a mess.
we have some kids here in the building because of it right now.
With parents, working all kinds of shifts, working more than one job, single parent households. Yes,
Right.
it is a problem. And so between what the parents and guardians and relatives can do and the school can do with their buses, it is certainly a mess. Now, last night. I never noticed this until this morning when, I was trying to see what I could find out about the threat this morning. The city of Wellston, not the Wellston schools, but the city of Wellston posted this. This was late last night. Quote, "The city of Wellston is also aware of the possibility of threats against the school system due to a social media challenge." I'm sure that is in reference to TikTok.
Right.
"We will have an increased police presence in the schools and will do everything possible to ensure the safety of our children." So I've not heard about any other statements or posts or bulletins or robocalls or whatever put out in regard to the situation. There may have been. I'm sure that there's a lot of speculation in places where there haven't been any statements made or actions or supposed threats or concerns about threats that may be made. So, we will certainly follow up and try to find out more about what we can about the threat made against Oak Hill. Once again, not sure how that threat came in, what form it was, whether it was a phone call, and exactly what the threat was, but we will certainly try to find out.
Not a good situation.
All right, and speaking of the threat last Friday, turned out to be a false threat at Vinton County High School.
Yes.
We remember that. That was where an adult called in. That man's name turned out to be Lonnie Mace Jr., age 39. He's from Chillicothe. Initially, he was reported to be from MacArthur, but court records say his address is Chillicothe. He was apprehended, brought in for questioning, and then later arrested and incarcerated because he, according to the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, admitted that he called in a false threat, claimed that a student was packing a gun and all that is inherent in that
Correct.
situation, and that student was not, and there was really no threat at all that student could be tied to, and because this was unfair, of course, to that student, and also put the schools on lockdown, caused a panic. I'm sure, to a degree, if I'm not overusing that word incorrectly. They had a lockdown and everything. And this coming, to several weeks after what happened in Oxford County, Michigan. Mace was charged on Monday with inducing panic. And inducing panic can be different levels of crime. This is a second-degree felony.
Oh,
that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
There are 5 felony degrees, 1 through 5. 1 is the most severe, 2 is right behind it, numerically.
Wow.
So he is charged with inducing panic and is in the Southeast Ohio Regional Jail. So we will follow that. And we certainly hope that if anybody can be tied to personally making that threat in Oak Hill, we hope that they can also be identified and apprehended. And I think that there's going to be, no tolerance towards those sort of things.
James and I were talking about this off the air before the show started. And I mean, this is going to be the only way to deter people from doing this is literally throwing the book at them. And then if it's a kid, throwing a book at the parents as well, or whatever, because this has to stop. This is not okay.
Well, there are when you do things like that, there are consequences.
Absolutely.
That have to
There
come.
need to be.
Not just a slap on the wrist or
Right.
whatever, because you're inconveniencing a lot of people, causing undue panic and concern, and like today, I don't know what all was going to happen in the Oak Hill School's last day of instruction. Maybe there were some holiday things that
They
were going to
probably
happen.
had some fun stuff planned and
that
whatever.
that
And
people had planned for. So, it's just not right. Okay, but speaking of the Oak Hill area, another tragedy yesterday, a fire that occurred in Franklin
no.
Township. It was at the home of Ronnie Allen Jr. That's on Clay Manor Road, and that is a picture that we got from the Jackson Fire Department of that fire in the early stages. And it's in Franklin
hate
Township,
that.
but down almost on the southern boundary there with Jefferson Township, as a matter of fact, a little closer to Oak Hill. But that fire occurred about 1:52 p.m. Mr. Allen had just left the house 10 or 15 minutes before the fire was reported. They don't know how the fire started, but they're pretty sure it started in a pull-behind camper that was 6 to 8 feet away from a house and attached garage, and it caught the house and attached garage on fire as well. By the time that firefighters had got there, everything was in flames. They couldn't save anything. The house, the camper, the garage were all destroyed along with the contents. A pickup truck that was parked nearby sustained minor damage. Unfortunately, the family's pet dog also perished in that fire. So sad. They do not know what the cause of the fire is at this time. They had an investigator from the state fire marshal's office in to investigate and try to determine the cause, but they are almost positive that it started in the camper based on some eyewitnesses where they saw the camper on fire first. It just was so close to the other structures that it spread. So we're going to have that story, on our website here very soon, and of course it will be in our it'll be in our Saturday edition as well as those other stories that we've already referred to. Okay, here we'll switch to Wellston and Bundy Elementary now.
Okay.
Kind of like an accident there yesterday that caused some concern because you have a bus with 40 kids,
Right.
and that bus that was in the Bundy parking lot after school on Thursday hit a light pole, and the initial, there you see it there on our monitor, hit it square. The early indications were that the bus driver attempted to miss an oncoming vehicle that was coming the other way in the parking lot.
Oh, no.
And so when the bus driver swerved his or her vehicle, it hit this light pole right there. They did have emergency personnel there. No reports about there were no serious injuries for sure. We have contacted the Wellston Police Department, which is investigating that crash, and we've not gotten that report yet. But we were told by the police chief yesterday that, there's some work to do on it, that it's under investigation. They have not released other details at this time. I'm sure the presence of the other vehicle is certainly part of the investigation there. So that was at the Bundy Elementary parking lot at the end of the school day on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. Also, here in Jackson, the Jackson Police Department had the report of an arrest that was certainly notable, and the recovery of a 14-year-old girl who'd been reported missing from Knox County. Knox County,
bizarre story.
Knox County is north of Columbus. I believe Mount Vernon,
Yeah.
the city of Mount Vernon, might be the county seat there. But this 14-year-old, how the city of Jackson got involved was that there was a report that the girl may be staying at a residence in Jackson. And as it turned out, they did find her at a residence on Vine Street. The female's name who lived there was, the 14-year-old's name is Alyssa L. Wood. The resident in Vine Street where they found her, and they didn't call it an abduction or kidnapping, but the girl was still missing. They didn't know where she was, and of course, they're suspecting something's not right about this.
Correct.
The name of the girl where they found her was Amanda Nicole Barker. She's formerly of Oak Hill, but now living in Jackson. She worked out at the Great Clips Salon. That was how they kind of tied to find out where she was and where she lived. When they went to the house there on Vine Street, they found the girl there on that residential property.
Okay.
Now, there's a man, adult by the name, let me see if I can say this name right, Dustin Phanopoulos, age 38 of Columbus. He was at least a person of interest or a suspect in this young girl's disappearance. There was a thought that he may know where she was, or he even had her. Now, he was not in Jackson at the time that the girl was found and that Amanda Barker was arrested, and she was arrested. But he was arrested elsewhere. I'm not sure whether it was in Mount Vernon or whatever, but he was taken into custody once the girl was found. And he faces charges in Mount Vernon. Theophilus, the plot thickens a little bit. He was accused of potentially impregnating this girl. Now, that has not been confirmed, but that is the information that the police have. Well, Theophilus was also the boyfriend of Amanda Barker, who lived on Vine Street, okay? And also, Theophilus, in addition to, he was accused of having the custody illegally of the 14-year-old and somehow having her at his girlfriend's house in Jackson. And so she's been charged.
This is super bizarre.
Yeah, she's been charged. Theophilus also is married with 5 children. She's married to another woman, all right, not Amanda Barker. So Theophilus is in custody now, and Barker has been charged with corruption of a minor for her alleged role in facilitating Wood's disappearance. And she was released on bond or whatever. I mean, the main fault here apparently is with Theophilus, and he is being charged elsewhere, so I don't know what the charges are against him. But once again,
but the girl is safe.
The girl is safe now. She was in temporary custody in Ross County at the juvenile facility over there, and I'm sure by now she's back in Knox County. So I'm not the nature of her disappearance, how she disappeared, how long she's been gone. Those are things that I don't know. But the part of it that happened in Jackson, I think we can tip our hat to the Jackson Police Department because after they received initial information from Knox County that the girl may be in Jackson, they wrapped everything up within a day.
Wow.
Some very good police work there by the Jackson Police Department. Also, Jennifer, I think you probably mentioned on the show yesterday about the Kentucky Care relief effort.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I talked to Fire Chief Dave Channel last night, just after I talked with him about the fire down in Franklin Township. He said that relief effort is going great.
Good.
They've had a great response from the public. And of course, it's still going on. They're going to send a truck or trucks out on Sunday to the Kentucky area. Mayfield, is the town that was hit the hardest, where that candle factory is. But they will accept money, and they're going out tomorrow or today. I'm not sure which, but they're going to take some of the money that have been donated, because that was the easiest way for some people to donate. You were asked to actually donate certain kinds of supplies that the people down there need, but they are taking the money and buying some supplies today. I think it's today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow a lot of the firefighters will be out all over the county at stores in Jackson, Wellston, Colton, and Oak Hill doing more collections.
If you want to write a check to that or whatever, did they say who to make that to?
They didn't. I want to give credit to Alicia Lloyd Kamer. She's a resident in Oak Hill. She's a nurse who works at Oak Hill Elementary. She kind of initiated the whole thing, and it just kind of snowballed. The fire departments jumped on board. Some businesses jumped on board. I know that there's a big semi that's being loaded out at Osborne Equipment now. And they think they'll probably end up filling that, and it is a big, big trailer. But if you do want to donate, I'm looking at the schedule here. You can do it at the Scioto Township Volunteer Fire Department from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. today, at the Jackson Fire Department from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today, at Osborne Equipment 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. today, at Elizabeth Flowers and Gifts 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. today, and at the Oak Hill City Building 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. today. And tomorrow, once again, the firefighters, and I understand every department in the county has been invited to participate, and they plan to do it. They're going to go to commercial areas around stores or whatever where people will be doing business and congregating, and they will be stationed there to accept donations. And what they're looking for are bottled water, sports drinks, batteries, flashlights, paper towels, toilet paper, paper plates, baby diapers, baby wipes, blankets, sleeping bags, disinfecting wipes, work gloves, new tarps, and even new toys because, kids for Christmas,
lost their
I'm sure,
Christmas,
they
yeah.
lost everything, including Christmas. So, I think they will accept money, but at this point, I'm thinking that what would help them the most is something
Stuff.
ready to put in the truck.
Yeah.
And they're calling this effort Kentucky Care. That's Kentucky with a K and Care with a K for the alliteration. So you can call Dave Channel at 418-8086 if you want more information on that. He's kind of coordinating things here in Jackson. It is very nice. And he said he's been involved in several relief efforts over the years. He's been a firefighter for 49 years.
A few years.
Right.
Yes.
And it just astounds him how generous people are when something like this happens. He said the response to this is in the league with Katrina back in 2005. All right, we want to salute two new businesses in Wellston, and they are side by side, and they are Daisy's Coffee Shop and Randy's Daisy's Hometown Coffee Shop and Randy's Wildflower Boutique, and that is the building where they're both in. The boutique is on the left as you look at the picture, and the coffee shop, there's a view of the inside of the boutique, and the coffee shop was on the right, and there's a view of the coffee shop. And these are two new businesses that opened in Wellston, hometown businesses with hometown ownership, and they just opened within the last several weeks there at 108 East First Street in Wellston. So good luck to them.
That.
Right. And we want to advise you now, Jennifer, for years and years, if you had business with the Jackson County Probate Court, you go in the main entrance of the courthouse, and there's our first door on the right is the probate court.
Okay.
Well, the probate court has now been consolidated with the juvenile court, and that is in a different building. The juvenile court is in the Jackson County Correctional Facility at 350 Portsmouth Street. And of course, if you didn't remember this, the same judge does the juvenile court and the probate court. It's Justin Skaggs. Of course, he is just completing his first year. And one of his goals was to consolidate the two because it'll be more efficient.
Makes sense.
And so now, there is going to be a terminal in the courthouse where you can, access digital records for the probate court if that's more convenient for you. But the actual operations of the probate court are now at the juvenile court, consolidated with the juvenile court. And he feels this will be efficient and as far as personnel, because you don't have to have a separate person at a separate location.
Hey, if you're looking to get hitched, go to the sheriff's office building now.
Right. It's in the opposite end of the sheriff's building. That's true. All right. As far as some things this weekend, we want to let you know that the Trinity Wesleyan Church of Oak Hill, they've done this in recent years. They have a big live nativity scene. And that's going to take place this Saturday, December 18th, tomorrow, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And there's lots more to it than the live nativity scene. But they will also have cookies and hot chocolate. They'll be serving those. There'll be live animals as well as live persons in the nativity scene. And they're also going to have some other events that are all tied in. But the big attraction will be the live nativity scene. And that's something that the church has done for several years. And
How exciting.
If you want to know more about it, we did have an article in our Wednesday paper, and it is posted on our website and on Facebook. But you can also go to the Trinity Wesleyan Church Facebook page to hear more about that.
Love it.
All right. Well, very well. We do want to remind you all, of course, Charity Potter and Pumbaa, who was here earlier in the week.
That's right.
But the Lion King Jr. will be performed both this evening and tomorrow evening at Wellston High School. But this is Wellston Middle School and Wellston Intermediate School students, grades 3 through 8 involved in that. And so give them credit for getting out on the stage and putting themselves on the line.
Go see our friend Tyler as Pumbaa.
Yeah, it will be, admission is $10 for reserve seating, $5 for general admission. And both performances are 7 p.m. tonight and tomorrow night. So also we want to tell you about a great opportunity for kids. Thanks to the David Brooks Jones Endowment Fund. That is a benefactor, a family that had connections to Jackson. Mr. Jones did not live in Jackson at the time of his death, but he remembered his hometown. And this endowment fund is supposed to be used to, for kids and to promote the arts. and they've tried to figure out how to use this money. It's through the city of Jackson. But one of the ways they're going to do it tomorrow is there's going to be a performance of the Madcap Puppets at 3 p.m. It's their rendition of the Nutcracker. 3 p.m. Saturday.
That'd be so fun.
And what the endowment fund is doing, they have provided enough funds so that every child 13 years and under can go for free. So
love that.
Normally the tickets would be, if you're not 13 and under, it's $10 in advance and $12 the day of the show. Yeah. And I don't know whether you've seen any of the Madcap Puppets in action, but it's very funny.
It's
very funny and a great show. You don't have to be a kid to enjoy it.
Yep.
But that's going to be 3 p.m. tomorrow. There's also a performance tonight, but tomorrow is the one where the endowment fund will pay for admission. Free admission for everybody 13 and under.
Okay.
All right. We also want to let you know that TLC Ministries and Pattonsville and the Pattonsville Church on Pattonsville Road, that's at 9212 Pattonsville Road, will be hosting a food giveaway this Saturday. It'll be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It will Transforming Lives Through Christ. That's Terry Witt. That's they operate out of an office there near Glenroy on State Route 93. They do a lot of charity work. They are teaming up with the Pattonsville Church to go out in the county, go different places because it's more convenient for people to come closer to home. And that's where they have chosen to go. The event is free. You don't have to have any registration or income guidelines or whatever. The event is free and open to needy families who are in dire need this holiday season. That's why, that's the timing, and that is the reason for this being done. All right, we talked about all the decorated lighted trees around in our local communities. At Central Memorial Park in Oak Hill, talked to Brian Moore with the Oak Hill Historical Society.
Yep.
He tells me there are 46 decorated trees at Central Memorial Park.
Are.
And there are a bunch of them right there. You can see the gazebo in the background. And just like the displays in Jackson and Wellston, this is really community driven. It's just not the organizations that go out of their way to put it on. The Oak Hill Society in Wellston, Cultivating Our Future in Jackson, the Oak Hill Historical Society in Oak Hill. It's all those people who buy trees and then decorate them. You have businesses do it, you have individuals doing it, you have families doing it, often in memorial to, a deceased loved one.
Yes.
You have others who just have the Christmas spirit and want to do it. Organizations step up and do it. But at the Central Memorial Park display, there is a little bit of an angle for public participation. You can go to the Historical Society's website, and let me give you that name. It is www.oakhillhistoricalsociety.org. So just the name of the organization, oakhillhistoricalsociety.org. They have pictures of all 46 trees, and you can pick the people's favorite.
Love that.
And whoever wins, whoever is picked as a people's favorite, will get a free tree next year.
Oh, cool.
And that contest goes through December
neat.
the 24th. And the trees in Oak Hill will remain on display through New Year's Day. All right. Hey, we want to tell you, I know Kim Harless was here about the Breakfast with Santa event ahead of it. Well, they did indeed have it on December the 12th, and it was a big hit, as you might guess.
Look at that.
Look at some of these pictures here. I mean, you had Santa Claus there, you had the Grinch there, you had a number of elves there. Now, I don't know whether that young child is a great fan of the Grinch or not. He looks a little menacing.
Looks a little scared, doesn't he?
Just a little bit. But if you went to there, I mean, you got to see the animals, you got to see Santa, you got to see Mrs. Santa, you got to see the elves, and you got fed. And so we want to congratulate, once again, the Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau and Organization Director Kim Harless for this event. It's proven to be very popular and has won, a state award. And I think they're going to get honored in Atlanta, Georgia for that next month.
Yep.
Okay. Looking ahead, the holiday weeks are coming up, Jennifer.
Yes.
And the fact that the newspapers, our Saturday editions, come out technically on the 25th and January 1st, well, those are holidays. The mail doesn't run, and so, that's how our subscribers get our paper by mail.
Sure.
So we're going to push everything a day forward. The papers are going to be dated Saturday, December 25th and Saturday, January 1, but we're actually going to put them out. They will hit the streets on Friday and hit the mailboxes on Friday.
Okay, so the 24th and the 31st.
Right, exactly. And so we have to move all of our deadlines up one day. So, we'll
Oh, lucky you.
right. We'll be working a little harder earlier in the week, but in addition to everybody getting their paper on time with fresh news, they won't have to wait till the mail's running the next Monday. We won't have to work very much or at all on those 2 days before the
Hey,
holidays.
there you go. It'll
Friday,
be all
December
worth it.
24th and December 31st. So if you do have items for the paper, whether it's advertising, news items, or whatever, the next 2 weeks, get them in a little sooner so we can get those items in the paper for you, because we'll be working on an accelerated schedule. So there you are.
Very good. Well, Pete, you've covered the entire gamut today. This has been a lot of news.
Right. There is a lot, and we'll go out and see what else we can find.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay.
We appreciate you spending your Friday with us, Pete.
That's okay. There's no place I'd rather be. I like your Christmas sweater.
Thanks.
Very nice.
He's so cute. Is he not the cutest?
That is nice.
No, you, not my sweater.
Oh, well, you got the snowman. I'm not the snowman. That's very nice.
Well, thanks,
Thank you,
Pete.
Jennifer. Thank you, James.
All right. And so this is super fun. We have, for the second part of the program today, I'll let James introduce it.
Oh, you're going to put all the pressure on me?
Yes.
Well, Monday night, you and I went out with the Wellston Lions Club.
We did. It was so fun.
And did a ride along on the Santa float.
Yes. We did, and got to meet Santa. But I think the neat thing is getting to hear a little bit of the history of the float, how it came to be, how long it's been around. But at the end, oh my gosh, James and I were just so excited to see how excited the people were. Young and old, didn't matter. People were so happy to see Santa and talk to him, and just amazing. So they'll actually be here live in person
on Monday.
Yeah.
So kind of follow-up coverage.
That's right.
We're real journalists.
Yes. If not, we pretend to be.
Yeah.
But no, so James put this video together, and we appreciate that so much. And it's about a half an hour or so, but really interesting finding out about the Lions Club Santa float in Wellston. And you will find out that it's, as far as we know, one of two in the entire country.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat stuff. So, all right, well, let's head to the video, and we will get out of here after that. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye, guys.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to one of the funnest things we've ever done here on Main Street TV, and that is ride the Santa float here in Wellston. So fun. And we're here, and Santa might be joining us in just a moment. But first off, who am I talking with?
My name's Anna Lewis.
And Anna, you have been doing a lot with the Santa float. Can you explain to everybody like a little bit about, number one, tell everybody about yourself, but number two, tell everyone how you got involved with this.
Okay. My name's Anna Lewis, and I teach at Northview Elementary. I teach 4th grade, so hi, Northview.
Hi, Northview.
And a reason I got involved in this is, my dad was part of the group, because it's a group thing that started this. But my dad died in '78, and never really got to see it hit the street. So it's always so I do know the importance of this program and this service project to Wellston. So I was working on a St. Peter and Paul float, and they said they needed help with it, and here we are.
Here you are with the Lions Club Santa float.
Yes.
All right. So is it based here in Wellston, but then kind of travels around? Santa gets around, doesn't he?
Yes, he gets around, but yes, we're based out of Wellston. This is where the original concept came from, and this is the float's home.
Well, very, very good. And so, yeah, it kicks off here in Wellston. So tell everybody a little bit about how long you've been involved and what you do with the float itself.
We've just trying to figure out how many years. We're thinking 6,
Listen,
7, 8.
We say a couple.
Okay.
Just say a few.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
A few years.
It's been a few years.
We're not old. We're just a few.
Okay, that's fine. It's been a few years. What mostly I do is I do take care of trying to keep the float up, like with the pedal paper, the lights have been those are a whole other
Lights are a
ball
whole
game.
other animal, aren't they?
Yes,
One
we've
goes
had,
out, there they all go, and
Yeah,
yes.
we've had many Griswold occasions, plenty. Another thing is we try to like help Santa schedule where he's going and stuff.
Yeah.
We try to help him with the Santa float page because Santa
He's
will tell
busy.
you. Well, he's not too well with technology.
Oh.
I'm not either, but we try to help Santa out with that because he's trying, guys. But remember, he's Santa.
He is Santa. He has other people to help him with that.
Yes.
His people contact your people, and then you're good.
Yes, and then we have the Boy Scouts, of Wellston that helps us pack our candy. We have a Boy Scout troop that helps us do that.
I see candy.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't
yeah.
know about that.
That's the perk of the job.
That's exciting.
Except elves aren't supposed to eat on the job,
No.
but
So understood. So tell us a little bit, since you are kind of the pseudo in charge person of decorating this float and whatnot, and a lot of people are involved in it, but how do you you were telling me it's really cool how you like wrap the lights and things like that, because we were talking on the morning show not too long ago. How does this sucker go down the highway and things don't, we don't lose all the reindeer and stuff? So tell everybody a little bit about that. It's really interesting.
well,
And sometimes you do.
yeah. Well, with the St. Peter and Paul float, I started with it, and we traveled back and forth, of course, and we kept
Sure.
losing lights and everything, and it got to be a big chore. And one night I just said, okay, God, I really need a good idea here, especially with this one, because this one travels a lot more.
This one goes a lot of places.
Yes, so we came up with the idea. I don't know where it came, but I'm going to try to put screws into it. So the lights are actually, there's screws about every foot, and we wrap the lights around that.
Such a good idea.
It's not foolproof, but
Staples don't work as well as that.
I staple into the lights and blow them. I'm not a good stapler into lights.
Neither was Clark Griswold,
No.
so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we have a lot in common. And then also like with the sound system and stuff, now our other member mostly does that because that's an actually old sound system. We're hoping to upgrade and stuff. We did add a new mailbox. That was kind of a fluke.
So the letters to Santa from the kids, right?
Yes.
And they can go in there?
Yes.
Very good.
But it's been hard this year finding lights, but we've been able to do it.
So let me ask you this: Does the float stay this way year round and then just get stored? So
Yep.
how do you power it?
But we have a generator up front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we power it
Very
all
good.
by generator, and we have to watch our wattage because we also have a new siren, which,
So
yeah.
we get a siren?
Yeah, we have a siren. You'll have to talk to Sam about that because that's his area.
Okay. Well, I'll
The
talk to
siren
him
is his
about-
area.
I'll put in my best good girl face, and we'll see what we can
And
do.
he
about
even
that.
has a walkie-talkie on it too. He can yell at us and tell us to slow down.
This is the best.
I know. I actually like that.
No, and you have to be careful when you're pulling
Yes.
precious cargo like Santa around.
Yes, because sometimes when you're in the truck versus out here, it's different. Or he sees something that we don't see. So safety is the number one thing, and we've never had an issue yet with a person.
With a person.
Yeah, our truck has the witness of the other. So
Well, I was going to ask you about that, but I'm going to save that for our driver. I'm
yeah,
going to put him on the spot.
yeah.
So, tell us, when exactly did you say the Santa float began? It's been quite a while.
It's been a while. We're still trying to figure out the history and the years, and our 90th year is coming up, and we're going to be celebrating our 90th year. And so we're hoping that
For the
people,
Lions Club?
yes, for the
90th
Wellston
year.
Lions Club.
Wow.
For the Wellston Lions Club. It's 90th year. We're going to be celebrating it in June. And we're trying to get some of the people to send their pictures in and all these things from people who are involved. And so we're trying to track the history
That
back.
would be so fun to get to see them. Because I was going to ask you, how has the float evolved over the years?
Well, it originally was going back and forth to like the Apple Festival and for the Wellston and stuff because the Lions Club was involved with the float decorating contest, just like the Jackson Apple Festival
Oh, yeah.
and the Wellston Ahillico have parade. They have their parade contests, especially at the schools. Well, they used to have a big ones with the organizations, and that's how this club kind of got the ball rolling on that. They were in the centennial, so this float's actually had a seeing eye dog, and it's actually had a cannon shot off of it. Yes.
Santa Ana Cannon?
No, not Santa. Santa wasn't on at that time. That was just when it had the seeing eye dog, for our Lions Club.
Yes.
And it's been in all different types of ways.
And a lot of people, I don't know if you all know this or not, but the Lions Club, part of their, I guess mission is sight.
Yes.
And donation of glasses, things like that. So.
Yes, and we still do that.
Big thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
And we're also collecting plastic bags for benches right now too, so.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
But we are trying to, if anyone out there has any of that history or something, they can send it to the Santa float or see one of our members, because we really like to have the pictures. So we want to compile we really need to get the history written down more.
Absolutely. Yep. While it's still around.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you get in the truck and you're driving this, because Santa goes all over our county. He's
yes,
around.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
So how in the heck do you get this float? So this is what we were talking about. How do you get this sucker down the highway? How fast do you go?
Well, at about 35, I think about 35, it starts to get a little jumpy, and that's when the reindeer start going, and you start hearing everything jingling. So that's kind of your sign that you need to go a little slower.
Reindeer bad.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. We do have to watch potholes, different things, but we do try to have people follow behind us, because I guess I've been told, I don't know, I've never been behind it, that there's a wave of pedal paper behind it. So, but normally we have escorts that take us back and forth. The sheriffs actually used to do that before, but one time he forgot, and he called us and he said, "How are you guys doing? Do you have a car behind you?" And our driver said, "Oh yes, there's plenty of cars behind me, but I got it."
Didn't say which ones.
No, he didn't say which ones, but people in here in Wellston stuff are very careful about it, and the people Jacks are getting used to it too. But Wellston, we're really fortunate. The people are when they see it, they go around, they watch what they're doing, and when they see it out and about, they give us our space.
Yeah, and I think that's wonderful. And as people get more used to it, they'll be knowing to look out for it, kind of like our trick-or-treaters and things like that.
Or any float.
Yes, any float for that matter. All right, so you said you kind of remember this as a kid.
Yes.
What was your favorite memory? Do you remember seeing the float as a child?
Oh, yes. My grandmother lived on North Illinois Avenue behind Newman's, and I remember, because for her and my family, it was like a piece of my dad going around.
Aww,
so
it was
like so it was always a big deal to come out. You had to come out to see Santa and stuff. And I will say, my mom has always said that the Lions, especially when I was younger, the Lions Club would even make a point to come and do certain things over there, because I guess I asked Santa to bring my dad from heaven. I guess I don't remember, but he said we did. And
that is precious.
Yes, so and that happens with us too, and Santa handles that very well.
I'll bet he does. He's had a little experience in practice, hasn't he?
Yes.
Over his haul.
Yes, and he knows, and he definitely knows his place in that part of it.
Very good. I bet you he hears some interesting requests.
Oh, yes.
And if we're lucky enough, we'll talk to Santa here in just a moment. I'm not sure, but we'll see if we can round him up. Maybe he'll fly in and see us.
He should be on his way sometime.
Yes, hopefully he gets on the float, so we'll see. So tell us a little bit about why, obviously you're passionate about this float and this organization. So what do you think it means to our surrounding area?
Well, I always knew it meant something, because of the people smiling. And we're not just talking about little kids. We're talking about the nursing home, the older people.
Absolutely.
All that. Well, when COVID hit, we still went out. And I think people were really appreciative of it, and that really hit us the hardest. And right now, too, we're still seeing that coming through. So right now, I think the past 2 years have been very special because of the things that we've got to do with this opportunity.
And just joy that you get to bring to people.
Yes.
We love Santa and the the promise that he gives to everyone and the hope.
Yes, and it does take away from our families and stuff. While everyone else is Christmas shopping and everything, we're going to work and going through a drive-through and coming here to eat. We have Papa John's in the truck, I think. No, I left it at home, sorry. But we normally go through a restaurant here or something even to get something to eat, because you're literally eating on the run sometimes when you come from school, and then my husband works night shifts, so it's different.
Oh, man. Well, Ann, is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers before we get to interviewing the guy that pulls the float over here?
Only thing I know is that if you'd like to be able to help with this project, or even with any of our projects with the Wellston Lions Club, we're welcoming any members to come in. We would love to have some other people help us with this, because it is it's a great opportunity. Who else can say they pull Santa around on a float? I mean,
it's so cool.
Who
it's
else?
So cool.
And as far as we know, I've only been able to find 2 other floats in the United States. I'm sure there's other, but of Lions Club Santa floats, we are one of 2. Surely there's other ones. There's one in California.
That would be a little warmer, wouldn't it?
Oh, they think I got it easier.
Well, very good. Well, Ann, get to decorating this float. Make sure, I know you have to go around and check and make sure everything's attached and, and ready to go. And thank you so much for inviting us up to talk with us.
No problem.
And
Thank
I think
you.
we're going to go over here to the truck and talk to the main man that's pulling Santa. Now, that's a big responsibility.
Oh, yes, it is. Especially since it's our truck.
All right. Thanks, Ann.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we've moved around the float to the important guy who's driving Santa around. I mean, my goodness. What kind of special license do you have to have for that?
None that I know of yet.
Uh-oh. We've just told on him. He doesn't have the special Santa license.
Nope.
So tell everyone who you are.
My name's Will Lewis.
Will, and thank you for taking time to talk with us, and of course for you donating your time, of course, to this wonderful cause, because it's an amazing thing. So, Will, I do have to ask you, though, so how long have you been pulling Santa around without your special Santa license?
I think it's been about 6 years now, roughly.
Well, and so you're pulling precious cargo, right?
Yes.
So what is the key to making sure that Santa, the reindeer, the elves, everybody stays safe?
Slow. Go slow.
No potholes.
Right, and if I go too fast, he lets me know.
Does he?
Yes.
So how do you communicate with Santa? Does he just give you the old, Santa signal?
No, he does say slow down.
No, he just flat out says slow down.
But he does now have, he'll sometimes beep the siren. We have a siren on there. And then he's, with the new upgraded system, we have a microphone he can talk to us through now, which he's not had to use yet. So.
Oh, well, then you must be doing well without your Santa license.
And this was actually the first ever trailer I've pulled behind. So this is
You're
cold
kidding.
turkey. I've never pulled a trailer of any type before. I've just thrown into it.
That's so funny. Well, James and I were just discussing that because we were talking about that today, about the stress of literally having to pull these trailers. And it's one thing to pull them slowly through a parade where everybody knows to look out and whatever. This is like you're out on the city streets with other drivers.
Yes.
How do you do that?
They're actually pretty courteous here in town. They give us the right of way. They leave us the room we need to make the wider turn, and so.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I think it's a little bit like what Ann was saying, is that people are just getting used to the Santa float and know how important it is to the area.
Yes.
Very good.
I mean, even truck drivers, when they're coming through town, they'll stop for us too. So.
Oh, that's so good. Well, they typically are pretty. Pretty
They
good about
understand.
that. Yeah, they totally get it. Speaking of pulling something, all right. Tell on yourself. Has Santa or the truck pulling ever been an offender bender?
Yeah. Not too many people can say they've been ran over by Santa, but I can. I got the the bumper to prove that. So.
Oh no!
Yeah, I didn't latch it one time, and we come over the hill here, and it come loose. Good thing we had the chains hooked up.
You didn't lose Santa, did you?
No.
Okay, all right.
Nope, he was good.
Well, how do you keep those reindeer from flying off on this float?
Gotta go slow. Down the highway, top speed's about 35 to 40 because it gets to shaking pretty rough. Now, the other driver, he doesn't care so much. I mean, he
definitely doesn't have the special Santa license.
Yeah, he cares, but
he
doesn't have to fix it.
Doesn't have the finesse that you do, huh?
Right.
Well, very good. So, do you remember the Santa float from when you were young?
Yes, I used to live on the corner, not far from here, like a block away, and we'd always watch for him to pull in and out. And we'd always run out barefoot most of the time too to see him and get candy.
How cute. So that was just a couple years ago as well.
Yeah. Of course.
See, everything's a couple years. Yes. Yeah. We don't tell on ourselves for that. Well, cool. Well, we appreciate you inviting us over to talk about all of this, and we appreciate what you're doing for the community and for, just Jackson County, our, Hamden and Colton and Jackson and all of the places that you go.
Yes.
There's a lot.
Yes.
And Santa has to get around to a lot of people.
Yes, he does.
Well,
One way or
very good.
another.
Right, exactly. All right, well, Will, we will let you get your truck all fired up,
All
and,
right.
and we got some lights going and all of that, and we're going to see if it is possible to get the big man himself to talk with us.
I'm sure he'll do it.
You think so?
Yeah. He may even have a treat for you.
I'm gonna chase him down.
Okay, good luck.
All right, thanks. And thanks for
you.
talking with us. We
Oh, no problem.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I found him. Santa's here. Santa's here. Thank you so much for inviting us up to your float. We appreciate it so much, and I love your sleigh and your reindeer.
I appreciate you tonight coming to more or less. We need more members.
You need
Everybody,
members?
we need members. We need people to join the Lions Club to help us keep this going.
Well, we do. And Santa, I don't understand how on earth you get all over the place the way that you do, but we appreciate the fact that you take time out of your busy schedule and know how important the Lions Club is to our community, and that way you can visit around with all our kids. And thank you for helping promote the Lions Club. We greatly appreciate that.
Well, like I say, this is a joint effort. I know a lot of people say it's all about me, but it's not about me. If it wasn't for the community or a police department that provides a escort every night, we've got siren, we're equipped here. But this wasn't what the sleigh looked like when it began.
What did it look like?
When we first began, I'm the only member left, I think, was on the original committee. We had a committee of John Walton, used to pull it in his little Jeep. I don't know. You maybe not be old enough to remember that either.
I don't think so.
John Walton.
That was a few years ago, too.
Yes. I think it originally started, in 80 or 81.
Okay.
And like I say, they were kicking around. Hector Preston had a heart attack, and him and Jim Patton had built the float part, but they was always wanting to do something for Christmas.
Yes.
So we had a sleigh that was made out of plywood, and John Walton was kicking around. He said, we need some deer. So we went to the city building in Wellston and took it out of the lawn to concrete reindeer. That's what was on here at first. So the new look started in somewhere around 90, in the 90s somewhere. Dave Kelly and Bruce Webb, which are both gone now, they found the Amish sleigh. Then they had a float company build the deer for us.
They're wonderful.
And I think Walt Whelan was involved on that too. But I don't want to forget my wonderful drivers. Started out with John Walton. Then we had Bruce Smith. We had Bob Mullins. Then we had Bruce Webb. And then there at last, Jim Rice. And most of those people are gone now. But like I say, it's a wonderful project, and we didn't realize what we had started when we
you
started
created a monster, didn't you?
It was just something that,
no, it's a really good thing you all are doing.
And you think, well, people's getting tired of it, but no, the generations just keep coming and
Absolutely not. Who doesn't love Santa Claus?
Well, maybe the Grinch.
Maybe the Grinch.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what? I have a feeling I know where the Grinch is this evening, and he isn't here. So we're safe.
We're safe.
I listen, I have an in with the Grinch, and I know exactly where he is. So, hey, so Santa, I know that you can't bring all your reindeer here because, they have to take turns and they're resting up right now.
Right.
But who are the ones that you have here with you
Well,
today?
of course, the most important, Rudolph. You see his nose shining
I see
so
him.
bright.
Yes, yes.
Then we got Donald, Blitzen, and Comet
Okay.
tonight. Now, tomorrow night, we'll keep Rudolph because Rudolph's the most important. Because
he is.
It may get foggy on my way back home.
For sure. We may have some
Yes.
snow.
Yes.
It may, you never know.
Never
The
know.
lights may go out,
That's true.
and he keeps us safe.
That's right.
Very good. Well, Santa, tell us some of the fun things, your fun memories that you've had over the time that you've been on the float.
I have fun every night. I mean, the first time, sometimes, I've worked all during the time I've been on here, and I'd be tired, and I'd say, oh boy, it's time to go out. But, I'd get on the sleigh, and the first child, that big smile.
Yes.
Or we'd go to a rest home, and God bless you. From the old people, I used to go to assisted living in Jackson, and have a blast there.
Yes.
And then we went to
Hey, they
the
have
rest
fun.
homes, and now this COVID has hit, see, and everything's kind of slowed down. But like I was saying, it's not about me. It's not about my drivers or anything. Community.
It is.
That's Wellston community has got together, and this is what we've.
It's a good gift.
Yes.
Thank you.
And like I say, if it wasn't for our police department, our mayor, to go along to help us, and our fire department, they, on our parade, they stop traffic, and they're
Yes.
always cooperative. If you asked, you will get.
That's right. Well, Santa, we need to get going on our way, don't we? There's
Yes,
a lot
those
of kids
children
to
are waiting
see.
to see Santa. And like I say, we've got our candy, the Boy Scouts bagged, I think, 1,300 bags of candy.
Wow.
And I don't know whether we're going to have enough or not. If not, we'll have to bag
We'll have
some
to
more.
bag some more,
Yes.
won't we?
Praise
You
the
have
Lord.
elves for that, though.
Yes, the Boy Scouts really helps.
Yes, they definitely do. All right, well, Santa, are you ready to get out and about and see
We're-
some kids and some
we're-
folks today?
Well, we're ready. We'll start that generator. We'll play that music, and we'll run this new siren we got.
Oh, can I do
Compliments
that
of
too?
the Wellston PD. Praise the Lord.
Yes, absolutely. And
like
again,
I say, I got to thank the Lord too, because
sure.
if it wasn't for Him, I've never even had a cold since I've been on this during Christmas.
Well, Santa can't get sick.
No, that's what I'm saying. But he always looks after us, and we had one close call many years ago, and that's it. We've been very fortunate.
Well, it's
And like I
because
say, we
Mrs.
got an
Claus
escort,
keeps all
too.
that vitamin in you too, right?
Well, yes,
And keeps you
it keeps,
well fed.
keeps me going.
Yes.
Of course, Mrs. Claus, she takes care of me too.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, thanks to the police department because they help out along the way too.
Yes, they do.
So yeah,
yes,
thanks to
if
them.
it was, like I say, it's a team effort,
It is.
and the community accepted us, and like I say, you go along, someone's liable to just give me a couple of dollars, and then we got people that donates about every year, because this is a pretty expensive project.
It is. And if people want to help out with the Santa float, knowing how important it is to our community, not just Wellston, but all of our communities, what would be a good way for them to help out?
Well, with donations, and like I say, I'd like to see people come out and maybe ride on the sleigh and see what this is all about. An opportunity to see what we do. And of course,
That's
this is not the
awesome.
only project. We have the Halloween parade too, the Lions Club. We got the flags uptown. We've got many. We've got a scholarship. And of course, to help pay for all that, we've got a food booth across from Giovanni's. We sell fish and veals
Yes,
there.
that's true.
So we got
Some really good stuff.
We do a lot for the community.
Yes,
but
you
we
do.
we have a lot of good support from our community. And like I say, we've been going long enough that people knows how to get around us. But a lot of people will stay behind you to see the opportunity to see the kids.
That's
And like I
so
say,
good.
the kids are allowed now to come up on the sleigh. I said here, and they give me their Christmas list.
I love that.
You'll see that tonight if you go.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, Santa, let's get to it, and that way there's no kids that don't get to see you tonight.
Pray. That's good. We're ready to go then.
All right, let's get going.
right, so we have made it off of the float into the park, which is absolutely fantastic and beautiful, and all of these trees are lit. And I found some fun people to talk with. What is your name?
Ratson.
That's right. And you just talked to who?
Sam.
Did he ask you if you were a good boy? What did you say? What? What'd you say?
I wanted a toy dinosaur.
A toy dinosaur? That's a really good gift. What did he say back? Did he say he would bring you one? Okay, that's very good. And who am I talking with here? Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. And what is your name?
Katie.
All right, and you guys are here with this fine young man. So, is someone mom?
No.
Just a cute kid.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, very good. So, did you guys go see Santa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Did he ask if you were good girls? You know better? Yeah. He don't want to know the answer to that right now. I'm just kidding you. So, what grade are you in?
5.
In 5th grade? Okay, you're 5 years old, right? Okay, and you're getting ready to go do something right now. What are you going to do?
You know. Sing Saturday night.
You get to do it all by yourself?
With friends.
Silent night with friends. I don't know that it gets any better than that. So. All right, well, thank you for talking with us, and you enjoy your Christmas program tonight, okay? All right, I think he's got it under control. All right, so we're still here in the park, and I have rounded up 3 handsome fellas here, and they just talked to Santa, right?
Yeah.
All right, and they are super pumped about this. So tell everyone who you are.
I'm Ace. Zion. And I'm Xander.
All right, and how old are you?
I'm 10. 5. 10.
Wow, are you guys related?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right, so here's the big thing. Did you tell Santa whether you're good or bad, or what did you say?
I said I was good. So, yeah, he asked me if I was good or bad.
Were you lying?
No.
Okay, all right.
Good. I said I tried my best.
Good answer. I like it. You're going to be a politician one of these days. All right, so what all did you ask Santa for Christmas?
AirPods and a kid's cookbook.
I love that. Do you love to cook?
I do.
Good for you. All right, you're hired at the restaurant. Okay.
AirPods, poppets, and a phone.
Did you say puppets?
No, poppets.
Oh, poppets. Tell everybody.
Poppets.
What are poppets?
They're things that you pop circles in.
Well, that sounds like fun. And what'd you ask for?
I asked for cooking stuff.
So you both like to cook, huh?
Yeah, I like to help my mom in the kitchen. Yeah.
Very good. Well, you guys are all hired then at the restaurant, okay? All right, and they're going to be our newest cooks at Archinetti's, all right?
Okay. Wait, you guys know Archinetti's?
Yes. Do you like it? Oh, good. I'm so glad he said yes. Okay. All right. Well, guys, what do you look forward to most for Christmas this year?
Seeing all my family members. I don't know. Good answer.
He's honest.
Well, many things, including Jesus' birthday, presents, and seeing all my family.
Love that. Spoken from the heart. So I thank you all so much for talking with us. This park is beautiful. Yeah. I haven't been here at night, so this has been so wonderful to get to see. And thank you for taking time to talk with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. And so we are, are we heading out, James? Okay, I think we're heading out. And Santa is on his way to another stop. See more kids, right?
Yep.
All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to us, and thank you so much for the Wellston Lions Club, and also for Santa and everyone else being so hospitable to us here in Wellston. Thank you for the police who guide the float along, and Rudolph, of course. So until then, I guess we'll be back to the studio. Thanks for watching.